We're back with Christian Bridges to talk about your forecast. The heat, the humidity, I should just say, is already creeping in. Tomorrow we'll definitely feel the heat.
We'll feel the heat, and then we end this heat with severe weather.
Yeah.
So, going to be a busy day tomorrow in the weather office, and it could be a pretty feisty evening.
Well, and a bummer if we end up with power outages.
That's right.
In the heat through the overnight.
Yes, and that is a big concern tomorrow. There is a notable power outage risk with severe thunderstorms looking likely. So let's jump into it. For right now, there are also some showers, some downpours across the mountains and into northern Maine as well. These are gradually weakening as they progress into the state. Shouldn't make it to the coast in most spots, but some spots in mid-coast or down east Maine might see a couple overnight showers. Largely, though, this shouldn't have too much of an impact on your evening. Just keep in mind that it could get a little wet in some spots. Overall, though, for tonight, we'll be clearing the clouds out late in the night. It's a pretty mild one. Most of us staying in the 60s, some of us even in the upper 60s overnight tonight, including in Portland. 68 for the low tonight, 66 as we wake up tomorrow in Wiscasset, 66 in Augusta. We'll be in the low 60s in the mountains and northern Maine. And again, we're seeing those showers out there. Right now, they should be wrapping up as we head past midnight tonight. As we get into tomorrow, most of the day is quiet. The severe threat holding off until around or after sunset in most spots, and it gets hot tomorrow. A heat advisory in place across central Maine, southern Maine, the Portland area, west into New Hampshire. It could feel like it's over 100 degrees with high humidity and high heat levels for the afternoon. Not just 90 degrees. We are going above and beyond with the heat tomorrow. 95 for the high in Portland, 92 in Bangor. Upper 90s in Sanford as well as in Freiburg, even into the mountains approaching 90 degrees. In northern Maine, our temperatures will be held back a little because we'll see maybe a storm or two earlier in the day and also some extra clouds, but still very warm, very muggy for most of us. Here's what we're expecting with that severe storm risk tomorrow. Looks like it's late in the day into the evening and especially the late night hours. It should be winding down around and after midnight, but we could see severe weather through 1, 2 in the morning tomorrow, so kind of an unusual setup as we get into tomorrow night. Best risk of severe weather is going to be across the interior, especially in the mountains and across the north as well. Damaging winds are leading the headlines here, but there could also be some large hail, potentially golf ball size or bigger, and a spin-up tornado as well. And this is a big concern because so many people, of course, camping right now in the mountains and in northern Maine. This is a big concern for them. So if you've got family members that are in an area with spotty service, make sure that they know this is coming, especially since it's coming at night. A lot of people will be asleep. You'll want to have a way to get warnings. Make sure your emergency alerts are turned on your phone. And to put into perspective how notable this severe weather threat is, there has never been in the history of the Storm Prediction Center a level 3 severe weather risk for northern Maine. So this is about as high end of a potential threat as it gets for us here in Maine. In fact, it's been many years since we've seen a level 3 risk this far in advance for the rest of the state as well. Now, outside of the mountains in northern Maine, there's still a severe weather threat. Storms will be weakening though as they get into southern Maine, so less of a risk there, but we'll still have to watch them as they move to the south. Damaging winds, again, leading the headlines here, especially because the storms are likely to become a line of storms here as we get into the late evening hours. If some of them can stay individual, discrete, as we like to say, there could be some large hail or even a spin-up tornado too. But the damaging wind threat is quite notable. And of course, these damaging winds up to 70, maybe even 75 miles per hour could easily bring down trees, power lines. And that is why we are expecting at least some outages tomorrow with any of these storms that roll through. So tomorrow starts off pretty quiet after these showers tonight. We've got a pretty quiet start to Tuesday. As I mentioned, the daytime is fine if you are going to be outdoors. It's just very hot. Make sure you're preparing for that hot weather. Northern Maine could see a storm or two in the afternoon, but we're largely waiting into the evening to see those severe storms and potentially late in the night in southern Maine to get them into our neck of the woods. Here's our marine forecast. 2 to 3 foot seas, small crafts in place. There will be breezy, hot southwest winds blowing all day tomorrow. And again, it's a very hot day. Remains pretty hot Wednesday, but the humidity goes away, so we'll really feel a difference. Looks pretty good Thursday. Chance of an afternoon shower or storm. Probably nothing severe. And then it's beautiful, much more seasonable at the end of the week. Feeling a lot better by the weekend, Brian.
Okay, that'll feel good.
Yes, it will.
Christian, thanks. We'll be right back.